Yeah, let's do this one. This was Fiona's question. She was like, "You post loads of stuff, amazing stuff from London. How is it to live in London?" And then I'd like to ask you this question because you, like me, like myself, moved to London. How was it when you moved to London? What was your impressions? You came to London before a lot, like when you were young, and yeah.
You're not recording this now, are you?
I am.
You are?
Yeah.
Oh, is this the podcast?
Yeah.
Right. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Living in London. Well, one of us currently lives in London and one of us doesn't.
Yeah. You were ex-Londoner.
I was as hardcore East End London as it was possible to be for about 2 years.
Yeah. They're like, oh, mate.
Yeah. Apples and pears. Yeah. But you never know. I might go back to London and live. I'm not sure. I mean, other things.
Oh, did you move?
Yeah.
Did you move from London? I thought you were still homeless in London.
Well, yeah, I suppose I am really.
Oh, yeah.
People say that to me quite a lot, and they say, "So where are you living now?" And it was complicated before. But it's a fuckload more complicated now.
You need to do like my friend, the Brazilian actress Ursula. When someone asks her address, can you send me your address? She gives the email address because she lives in London, in Rio, in Portugal, and I think in New York. But she's got houses in all 4 places.
Wow!
But you live in 4 different places.
Yeah.
So you should give like your email when they ask your address on the forms, you know. Yeah,
I think that's it. Because there isn't any fixed. Well, actually, I mean, I'm not going to be registered to live anywhere. I mean, I'm not going to be. I don't think I'll be registered with Dad's new house. I was never registered in London officially.
Yeah.
Despite working 2 jobs, parking the car there. Yeah. Now there's another place which I'm, a long way from being registered in any way. And I could actually be stopped from visiting at some point in the near future. So
thanks Brexit.
Yeah, but I went to London a lot as my dad took me to London, and we had great times there. We had weekends. We stayed with our friend who lived. I can't remember where he lived now, but he worked in the city, and he had a little house in an estate. And we'd go into town for the day and go to some guitar shops and buy a pair of trainers somewhere or something, get things that you couldn't get anywhere else. You could only get them in London.
Oh, yeah.
And it was, that's a pheasant. It was obviously coming from like South Wales countryside. London was like 100 miles an hour. And Dad would always say, you just need to think and act fast when you're in London. I was like 8 or something like that, and we went to London together for the first time. And I loved it. Getting off the train at Paddington and going to like a Vietnamese French cafe and having an amazing croissant with like chocolate sauce on it. Like, never seen anything like that before. And the food and just the pace of it, the smell of it, all of it was intoxicating, and I loved it. We'd have a weekend there and go to some amazing guitar shops. It's interesting though. I'm going to go off on a slight tangent. I follow some of those like then and now London Instagram things, or Facebook things, and you get a photograph of 1966 and then exactly the same photograph taken like today or something.
Yeah.
And it's really interesting. There was one photograph of Cambridge Circus, and if you don't know where that is, it's kind of Shaftesbury Avenue and Soho's there and Covent Garden's there. It's like right in the middle of everything, the West End. And on the Today photograph, there were like railings, or were there no railings now? And there were railings in the past around the circus. And in the old photograph, there was like some cars and some people walking on the pavements around there, and you know that area, it's extremely busy now.
Yeah,
like you
yeah,
can
yeah.
barely move on the pavement there, and it doesn't matter what time of day or night you go there. It's
or even
packed.
if it's freezing cold,
Yeah.
it's gonna be loads
It's
of
just-
people.
Yeah, hundreds and hundreds of people waiting for you just to cross, like where you're standing, just to get to the other side of the road. That's how
Yeah.
busy that is. And somebody posted a comment on that thing saying, "Oh, thank God they got rid of the railings because they were pushing people around like cattle," and And I actually thought, so much of London is now that busy. Like, it's crazy. You go like anywhere in the West End. If you go for a walk in Covent Garden, Soho, you can't move. Like,
Yeah,
it's just
yeah.
mad.
Yeah.
I remember it not being like that.
Really?
Yeah, it was busy. It was always busy and it was fast, but it wasn't like that.
Mm-hmm.
It was. It seems to. I don't know. There's more people living in London, I guess, than there were.
Yeah,
and
more tourists as well. Yeah.
Yeah, and the tourism seems to be year-long tourism, doesn't it? It doesn't stop. It's just like always there.
Yeah.
Like it would be in Paris. People don't look for a time to go to Paris. They just go to Paris, don't they? Whenever they want to do it.
Yeah.
But when I saw that photograph and that prompted that memory of it not being like that, that was the first time, and I think I'd already moved out when I saw that. But that was the first time I kind of went, oh yeah, that's kind of annoying. Like, New Yorkers say the same thing about Times Square. Like, it used to be like just another bit of the city, and now it's just like there's policemen shouting at you, move on, like, it's...
Yeah.
And they get pissed off with that. And
you can't walk and see things around because people push you.
Yeah,
it's a bit like that.
My mum said that when she was there. Like, she actually had a police officer say, "You can't stop here," and she was just looking at something, and it's like, "You will get pushed over. You need to keep moving."
Yeah.
Which is fair enough. That's the way that it is. But and it doesn't really bother me. But I thinking about it when I can remember going to Covent Garden and being able to move. Walk around.
Yeah.
But now, it is different.
Yeah.
Not better or worse. It's just different.
It's just different. Yeah. It doesn't bother me that much either. But saying that, I'm Southeast London and I don't go to Central London that much because it's too busy.
Yeah. Sorry, it's an alarm. Let me just cancel that.
Go on. It's gonna be harder to edit. Now it's gonna be easier to edit. Just use your plugin.
That was irritating.
Your alarm is irritating as well.
Yes.
What a fucking weird tune.
It's like a harpist on crack.
Yeah.
So your place is quiet, isn't it? It's nice.
Yeah. It's nice, and I like Central London a lot. So London, when I came here for the first time, I told my wife there, I said, we're gonna move here one day. I don't know how we're gonna make it, but then I forgot this thing, and then I moved to London, and then when I came here, I remember. Oh yeah, I said that.
Yeah.
But Christina, that photographer that we've met, she made a really nice exhibition where she took pictures of London, sites in London. During lockdown, there was empty, and then 2 years later she took a picture, and then it was absolutely packed. And then you notice the details of things that you don't notice when there are loads of people around. And then it's always packed. One thing that I love to do in the summer is like waking up 5 a.m. or 4:30 and then walking in Central London.
City. It's amazing, isn't it? I used to love driving through it like 4 o'clock in the morning when there wasn't any other traffic on the road. Well, there is, but comparatively there was very little other traffic on the road.
Yeah.
And you see it in a different way, don't you?
Yeah, definitely.